Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now, here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, fellow humanoids. Welcome once again to Lifestyle Buzz, the connection for better living, or better known out there in the streets as the antidote for boring radio. And what can I say? We try to keep it entertaining, we try to keep it light, we try to keep it informative. And we are not very much into politics of any kind, but I have to tell you one thing. I do believe in public service announcements, so here it is. Breaking news. The Biden Secretary of State, Blinken, informs the Taliban that they cannot enter the U.S. Embassy in Kabul unless they are fully vaccinated. All right, so if you're a terrorist and you're not vaccinated, stay away from our embassy. Otherwise, go right in, have a cup of coffee, and say hello to all the people there. Anyway, today, almost all around the world, happens to be Mother's Day. And, you know, I want to wish all the mommies out there a very, very happy day, a very happy Mother's Day. And for some of us who no longer have a mommy, you know what? We need to make sure that the ones that are alive and well have a very, very happy happening. So, happy Mother's Day. I know when Mother's Day here is what, May?
Yeah, it's in May.
It's in May, yeah.
So we both looked at each other confused back here.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah, you scared the hell out of me, Orlando. I thought that it was Mother's Day here, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta send a card out.
Yeah, we both looked back and forth and started texting our moms.
You know, I mean, like it used to be that when my mom was alive, she demanded Mother's Day here and Mother's Day in Costa Rica, although she was still here. So she got twice the good presents and all of that. But anyway, hey, you know what? Those queens deserve it, and they have to be celebrated all of the time. Okay. We are going to have a great guest today by the name of Rebecca Moore. And she represents an organization that I think you guys are going to enjoy listening about, called Beauty Saving the World. And it's a charity organization, very grassroots, and I think you're going to enjoy what you're going to hear. Anyway, how much time do we have? A couple minutes. Almost minute and a half. Minute and a half? Ha! Man, we've got plenty of time. Minute and a half, you can fix the world. Welcome back, Mr. Suede.
Thanks for having me, Orlando.
What can I say? Mike is a man of leisure now, huh? Look at him, man. Totally relaxed and chill. What can I say? We're getting very close to this re-election or a new governor in California, I guess. And I have to tell you one thing. You know what? I don't believe that we're doing the best we can by having these internal fights. And we just need to be a little bit more cognizant of who we put in power so we don't go through these situations, because it's making our nation look silly in the eyes of the world, and we deserve better. Our people deserve a lot better. So with that in mind, get ready. I get this next month, I get the 16th, so we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on. So in the meantime, let's take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, Rebecca Moore.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford, and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
With us today on the telephone is Miss Rebecca Moore from Beauty Saving the World. Hello, Rebecca.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Very fine, thank you. Beauty Saving the World. You know what? I've been reading about your organization for a while. I had heard about it before because the man who started this organization happens to be my theatrical agent. And he's a wonderful human being because you guys are pretty grassroots. You're not a huge organization, but you delivered on your promise. And I like that. Can you tell us how this came about?
Well, Kurt, he loves to travel, and he used to travel the world. And he saw the poverty on the edges of the tourist areas and decided to get involved and do something about it. A couple of years ago, when things changed in our world and we couldn't travel as much, we decided to concentrate on Mexico, where we are both living at this time in Baja, and love it. And so we wanted to give back to the community that has been so generous to us and welcomed us with open arms. So that's how we started Project Mexico. We took what he was doing around the world and applied it to Mexico.
Okay, all right. Now, you hear a lot about charity organizations, and I mean, as a rule, these organizations have a huge infrastructure. I mean, there's a board of directors, and there's a chairman, and there's a president, and there's secretaries of the kazoo, and the whole thing. You guys are very, very small, almost to the point of it being very simple. But
extremely simple.
But you guys seem to be very much involved and actually making sure that the promise is kept to the poor people. So
that's absolutely true. It's Kurt and I are the two people that are, like, I guess you would say, the board, but we're not in a paid position. It's strictly volunteer. And all of the activities we do to raise money are simply with volunteers. So we have activities. We have bingo. We have a gambling nights. We have whatever we can do to raise money. And most of it is done in Baja. Okay. And there's a huge expat community that supports us, as well as the Mexican local people. But we get a lot of cooperation from a lot of people helping us. Restaurant owners invite us to come and bring our activities to their restaurants. We have the local grocery store where we buy all the bags of groceries that we deliver to people, has started giving back 10%. So for every 200 bags of groceries that we buy, they throw in another 20 bags of groceries also. We call them humanitarian relief bags is our official name for them. But the whole community has embraced us, and that's what's allowed us to be able to keep our promise and grow. We're just growing every month.
Yeah, for those actually viewing us on social media, we're showing right now a picture or photograph of items that are being bought, because it's not only that you're giving to the poor people, but you're also generating business for the local stores. So
Yes.
it's a win-win thing all around, isn't it?
It is, and that's always been Kurt's belief also. When he went to foreign countries and he would travel, he would go to a nearby small town, buy his groceries to take out to even a smaller village. And he would get volunteers to help him with the trucks to go out, as we do in Mexico. We load up a truck, too, and take off and go into these areas that I might add are also very well organized. We check with them ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually a community leader
Okay.
who will help us organize the people so that everybody gets a fair chance to get what we have to offer for them.
Okay, so I found out, not recent, but I've known for a long time. Baja used to be like my favorite place to go because it's so, I mean, a couple of hours and you're there, and then a couple of hours more, you're in Ensenada. And before that, when I was in aviation, it seems to me that all the clients that my company had at the time, which was people from the movie industry, I flew down into Cabo San Lucas with John Wayne and to Lee Marvin and a lot of people like that. Even before there was actually anything, La Paz used to be like just a ranch with a runway on it, a dirt runway. And now look at it the way it is. It's just it's amazing. But one of the things that I wanted to comment on is that I stopped going into the area, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, because you would hear so much about the violence and all of that. Yet, people like you have been there almost for that long, and you seem to be very happy. So what's the secret?
I think the secret is that, unfortunately, a bad story always sells better than a good story. And so, unfortunately, you hear the bad sides about Mexico. It's actually a very welcoming place, Baja especially. The residents and owners of businesses there have a great symbiotic relationship with the expats, and there are a lot of us down there.
Yeah.
And we all enjoy it. We all watch out for each other. We do things for their community. They make sure we're safe. The Guadalupe Valley has grown from 30 vineyards 15 years ago to 130 vineyards. It is amazing, and they provide wonderful dinners and hotels, and the whole area has developed and is very safe. Their economy depends on us feeling safe.
Yeah.
Depends on us being to be out there. So they protect us, and I don't want to say that we don't have to watch out like you have to everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm smart. I don't wear expensive jewelry out. I have lots of fun costume jewelry I've bought in Mexico. And we all wear it, and we all have fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a safer environment. I think what they've said about Mexico has been so over-exaggerated and so unfair.
Yeah.
I realize there are problems with drugs in Mexico with the cartel. But I have to tell you, Mexico has never had a mass shooting in a mall.
Yeah.
Never had a mass shooting in a school.
Let's take a little bit of a break and hold that thought right there, Rebecca. We're coming right back, and we'll pick it up from there, okay? So
Okay.
we'll go take a little bit of a break. We'll be right back.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808. When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolf called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
Welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz, and we are chatting here with Rebecca Moore from Beauty Saving the World. Rebecca, we were before the break we were talking about how the U.S. American colony, our people, live happily down in Baja, and I have to say one thing that forever and ever it seems to me, speaking touristically, because I own a travel company, we have always found Mexico to have one of the best infrastructures for hospitality anywhere in the world. It's world class. They are really great. But the other thing is that when you go like down into Baja, is the kind of people that live there. They are warm, they are friendly, they're very open and accommodating. Do you find that like that?
Absolutely. I think that the Americans in Baja and the tourists in Baja are treated the same. There's a very symbiotic relationship. We love living there, and they love having us there. And we aren't trying to change Mexico into Little America.
Right.
We love the Mexican culture.
Yeah.
I myself am 70 years old. I have been living in Mexico for 15 years, and I have no fear of traveling to the interior of Mexico, which if you're a history buff, you are missing out not going to the history of Mexico is in the center of Mexico. And it's wonderful old buildings. You are in a city center, and there's a church from the 15th century, the 16th century, on every corner. And the people are always welcoming. I've never gone anywhere in Mexico where I have not just been treated with the utmost respect and people being very helpful, very helpful.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a wonderful place to live, and it's most definitely a wonderful place to travel.
Yeah. I used to follow the Baja 1000 because I actually flew Steve McQueen's plane as a photography platform, filming platform. And I met Paul Newman and Steve McQueen and all the people that used to run the Baja 1000. And the funny thing is that when you're following the racers and you follow the terrain and all of that, at that time, it used to be just one huge void with little settlements near the coast. Very few in the interior of Baja. It was like a desert, just nothing. Now, there's golf courses everywhere and cities and, like you said, vineyards all over the place. So it has changed quite a bit, and that is very good.
It's very good, and I think, again, it's because of the great relationship we have with the Mexican people that are there, and the fact that they're always so welcoming. It's just, we have fun all the time. There's always something going on there. There's always something for the community. There's vets who have come down there to live who are helping spay and neuter cats and dogs for nothing. We have people who've come down there who do charity work for the orphanages down in that area. And who gets behind us? But the Mexican restaurant owners and businesses, they'll give us gift certificates to raffle off and do things and help us in so many ways that has just made it a wonderful place to live. And a good example of that is this coming Saturday, I decided to try to do something to help that image. And so it's called a summer festival. It's next Saturday from noon to 5, but it's called A Taste of Baja.
Oh, that's good.
And it has some of the restaurant owners are involved, but I have a lot of side of the street vendors also. People who have, I don't know, your audience probably doesn't know what a Coco Loco is, but in Mexico they're wonderful. They take a coconut right in front of you, chop the top of it off, get out the milk. They hand you a bag with the plastic bag with the milk and a straw, and then they proceed to take all the meat out of it, and they season it, and they do all sorts of wonderful things to it, and it's a wonderful dish.
Yeah. Food is great over there. Let's take another little break here, and when we come back, we're going to be talking a little bit more about Mexico and then more about beauty saving the world. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford, and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
Tired of lockdown? Let the reconnect begin. You belong here. Welcome home to the magic of Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California. Check out our new spacious outdoor dining al fresco. Romantic, market lights. It looks like a movie set. Dine under the stars and enjoy our tasty Angelo's and Vinci's pizza, pasta, seafood, chicken, salad dinners, and more. In the cool of the evening, come enjoy our award-winning menu, new wine list, specialty cocktails like our Peach Bellini Martini, appetizers, and more. Angelo's and Vinci's now open every day from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. for relaxing outdoor dining. No reservations needed. Just come on in for delicious Italian food. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton. Call 714-879-4022. We're going to need a lot of pasta to get through this year. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton today.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, is that a Q2 or a Q3 expense?
Dwayne's CPA went MIA. To keep his books and his sanity, he needs to find a replacement ASAP.
Hey, Johnny, have you ever heard of a fungible good?
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's been tough talking to my doctor about constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. I finally laid all my symptoms out there and how they keep coming back. She said I may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. We agreed it's time to try something different.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Visit a doctor in person or online. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Welcome back, and we are Lifestyle Buzz with your pal Orly and my very good friend Rebecca Moore from Beauty Saving the World. Rebecca, we've been talking about the fact that you're mobilizing your group in Mexico now, but you also have done a lot of charity work in different destinations in the world. Now, how are these destinations picked or chosen?
The ones usually around the world. Kurt loves to travel, and if he's taking a trip someplace, that's what he decides, and he finds usually countries with needs that still have a wonderful tourist area, but if you go behind the velvet curtain, you see something else. Panama is a good example. You see these beautiful tourist areas, and they are welcoming to the tourists. But less than 3 blocks away from the tourist areas are dumps that people are living in, because that's where the good stuff is, from the leftovers from the tourists and the things that are thrown out. And people are literally living in the dumps. So that's kind of how they're picked.
Okay.
Kurt decides where he wants to go, but he always knows that there's an area someplace nearby that needs help, and he seeks it out.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere you go, you always find very, very successful businesses and people, and loaded with people willing to spend money there and the whole thing. But this is one of the reasons why, like in my tourism business, I promote ecological tourism. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. And they figure that, well, it's all about birds and trees and, wildlife and all of that. But it's not. It's actually ecotourism is going to a destination and meeting the local people, seeing their living conditions, see what it's like for them to go shopping. All the every day is part of what I think people should go and witness at one point or another, so that they can really see where they have been. Because one thing is to go to a beautiful all-inclusive and you come out nice and tan and drunk and whatever, but you really never actually saw the destination per se.
No, you didn't.
And I think
actually,
people
one of
are
the
missing
things,
a lot on that.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the things that Kurt had thought of doing, and I'm behind it 100% now that we are growing a little bit, we would like to start a weekend in Baja or whatever, and bring people down, show them the hot spots and the fun, and then have them get in a truck with us and go into the areas that we go into that are safe and pass out these humanitarian bags to people. And let them see the underbelly of the country, why they're still enjoying it. We want them to come. We want them to enjoy, because those successful restaurants and places help us raise money to help the most poor of people.
Yeah.
These are people that we deliver to that do not have running water, do not have electricity. They literally live day to day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they don't know what it is to have the comforts that we take for granted. And I'll tell you one thing, that many years ago when I was more involved in the travel business for every consumer, I did a trip to coffee plantations. It used to be called Picking Gold. And what it was is like we gave a measured basket, like we made peons out of the travelers. And we told them, you're going to eat with the people to eat right there in the fields, and you're going to pick and get paid and the whole thing. And people at first, they were kind of like, oh my God, my nails are going to get destroyed and this and that, But you know what? When they came back, they had a totally different respect for buying a cup of coffee, taking a sip, and throwing it away, because they see how hard it is to pick the product. And,
absolutely,
and how little people may actually make for their comforts everywhere in the world. So I'm glad I ran into you guys. I'm glad I met you. I thank Kurt for introducing us. And I got to tell you, whatever your plans are in the future, count me in, and let us know about your contact information.
Yes, I will. BeautySavingTheWorld.org is our major website, and you can donate very simply. One-time donation, a monthly donation. We have a very secured website. It's set up to be very easy. I want to tell you that a $10 donation monthly buys a full bag, a full humanitarian bag, plus a 3-pound bag of potatoes.
Yeah.
So for $10, you can help a family stretch that out. It's enough food in there to help them stretch out for at least 2 weeks.
It's amazing. You know what? Not to knock down Starbucks or anything like that, but when you buy a cup of coffee for $5-6, and that's it, and you do it like every day, that adds up. And for $10 in a month, you can actually help a lot of people. So it's really a very, very worthwhile situation that you have. I'm going to promote it on my websites. I'm going to talk about it on the radio. And I think you found a good friend here because I believe in it. I believe that it's well worth the effort to make sure that people know about it. And I'm gonna try to visit your event next Saturday if I can.
I hope you make it. I think, and I hope I hope some of your visitors, your listeners, will come and ask for me, and I'll give them good other places to go to. It's just Baja is just a wonderful place.
It is. Nice talking to you, Rebecca. It's been a real pleasure. We'll talk back soon.
I hope so.
All right. Wow, what an eye-opener, I tell you, man. Why don't we take a little break and we'll come right back.
Columbo's, since 1954, has been serving up fine dining in a relaxing atmosphere and all at an affordable price. Columbo's is still doing something right. It's why so many travel from the West Side and the Valleys to experience and enjoy what Eagle Rock is known for years. Columbo's is truly something special. Columbo's serves up some of the most succulent, delicious steaks, as well as outstanding seafood offerings in all of Southern California. And the Columbo family's Italian specialties are worth the trip from anywhere. Columbo's is a memory maker. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock, 323-254-9138. 323-254-9138. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, serving up fine dining and a relaxing atmosphere and all at an affordable price. Columbo's, of course.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
All right, we are back, and what a wonderful experience it was listening to Rebecca Moore from Beauty Saving the World. And I have to make sure that people understand that this is a very, very simple plan that they have, but yet it carries a lot. It goes out very, very far. And Swade and I were just chatting on the break that all it takes is just one concerned citizen, right? I mean,
yeah, it just takes one person putting in the effort.
I mean, it's not like building a rocket. It's just loving humanity and trying to do the best you can, you know? I mean, that's it. Do your best you can. Yeah, so that's good. All right. We have been really living in very, very difficult times for the last year and a half, 18 months, almost 2 years, I guess. And we have picked up a lot of bad habits. We have actually started living the life of groaning and moaning and bitching and not seeing the positive side of life. I mean, every time you turn your television on or talk show or whatever, it's all about berating the system. You cannot say 2 words together if one of them is not COVID. I mean, it seems to be that it's like, hi, COVID, are you? And yeah. So it's time to put it away. Seriously, we all know this thing is around. We all know that it's not a very friendly bug, but it's a bug, okay? And I know some people have passed away from it. You cannot help it. There are people whose immune system just don't take the normal flu. People would die from that. But one thing that I notice is that all of a sudden, nobody passes away from heart attacks anymore. Nobody passes away from cancer. Nobody passes away from pulmonary disease. It's all COVID. And I'm beginning to wonder, is COVID taking over our lives? Is it making us a lot more rude than we should? Why? There's a group of people that I think we need to be concerned about because it's a very important segment of our lifestyles, and that is going out to eat at restaurants. You know what? A lot of people just take it for granted that now the restaurants are open and it's business as usual, and we don't have to care, we just have to show up. And that's not true. Restaurants actually work on a very set plan of business. And sometimes because we are so deep involved into our own little myth, we forget that these people are in the hospitality business and they have certain rules and regulations that they need to meet. There's a cleanliness meet. There's all kinds of things. So, you know what? There's simple rules to going out right now. If you're going out with a group, make sure your group is all there before you actually check in. Remember, while you're waiting at a table for 6 with only 2 people sitting down and not ordering, the restaurant is losing money. And all of a sudden, your prices are jacked up to make up for it. So, if you're running late, communicate. Let them know so they can actually give your table to somebody else, and then they'll sit you when you show up. They'll tell you. They're very considerate in that regard. Don't just be a no-show, because they will have to hold the table by law for a certain amount of time, and the table sits there empty. They're losing money. Again, they need that revenue in order to keep the prices accommodating. If you happen to be going to just a regular expensive restaurant like Monty's Steakhouse, you don't even need a reservation. You just show up and take your shot. But most of the places need to know that you're showing up, okay? So be cordial to these people. No reservations, be an early bird then, or a night owl. There's peak times in the restaurant. You can call them and ask them when it's best to not have reservations, and they'll tell you. And you take your chance and you go there, okay? The fact is the restaurants need a number of rotations on each table in order to be able to stay in business, in order to be able to help you, the friendly foodie, to be able to be available to you. So take that in time. Stop trickling in one at a time. Be courteous. Be nice. What do you think about that, Swade?
Oh, I live by those rules right there. Be courteous and be nice.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you know what? There is really no need for being rude at any time. I mean, it's like you see it a lot though. You can't help it. It's like some people just don't care, But we should. There's a fact that you don't want people to do certain things to you, so don't you do them for other people, okay? We're almost there. Why don't we just take a little break? We'll come right back, say goodbye, and that's it. We'll be right back.
going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Columbo's, since 1954, has been serving up fine dining in a relaxing atmosphere and all at an affordable price. Columbo's is still doing something right. It's why so many travel from the West Side and the Valleys to experience and enjoy what Eagle Rock has known for years. Columbo's is truly something special. Columbo's serves up some of the most succulent, delicious steaks, as well as outstanding seafood offerings in all of Southern California. And the Columbo family's Italian specialties are worth the trip from anywhere. Columbo's is a memory maker. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock, 323-254-9138. 323-254-9138. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, serving up fine dining in a relaxing atmosphere and all at an affordable price. Columbo's, of course.
Now it's time for MedVed's Entertainment Minute.
Jodie Comer plays a daredevil avatar in a video game who wants to enlist a supporting character, Ryan Reynolds, in a desperate effort to save their fantasy world in Free Guy, now playing in theaters everywhere.
This world, it's a video game. We need you to be the good guy.
I'm not going to be the good guy. I'm going to be the great guy.
And this turns out to be an unexpectedly great movie, full of clever twists and inside jokes. The special effects are spectacular, bringing to life this parallel universe controlled by game players in the real world, where the goofy, good-natured Free Guy insists on taking an independent role. Rated PG-13 for scenes of danger and destruction, and too complicated for small children to follow, Free Guy is nonetheless enchanting entertainment that can reach even those of us who don't much care about video games. 3.5 stars for the surprising and satisfying Free Guy.
All right, we are back, and I guess we're almost out of time here. Having so much fun, time flies. Okay, anyway, for information about the show, you can visit us on our website at www.lifestylebuzz.today. If you want to send me any suggestions, any questions, any whatever, you want to send me a copy of your credit card and all the PIN information and all of that, you can email it to me, lifestylebuzztoday@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to hold it down to the maximum limit you have, all right? Anyway, no, seriously, if you have any suggestions, this is your show, and I'm here to make sure that you guys get what you want. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, let me know. We had a great show today. I suggest that people go to beautysavingtheworld.org. And if you can help, if you have a couple of bucks left, this is not one of those charities where you need to send like $1 billion or something like that. Just send $10, $10 in a month, and you know what? You will not miss it at all. So, but it can go a long, long way. There's a lot of charities like that where you can do very, very little. It's not going to put a big dent in your pocket of any kind. You probably will not even notice it. And these small charities that are very focused do a lot for humanity, more than what a lot of people may think. And I think it's all of our responsibilities to make sure that they get a little bit of money here and there so they can do the great job they do. Mr. Suede, what have you got to say?
I agree with you. Donate to your local charities. Donate to small charities. It's not always the UNICEFs and the big, giant charities. It can be anything. It could be, I said earlier, my family has a charity in Texas, and we deal with kids in our area. Mm-hmm. And any donation helps.
Yeah, and you know what? It goes a long, long way because for some reason, listen, big or small, okay? Big organizations, they do terrific things in a very, very large scale. Mm-hmm. And that goes a long way. Like right now in Haiti, and our prayers go to the people in Haiti.
Yeah.
And people go in Texas too. They're having problems with the hurricanes and whatnot. But Haiti has been in a real bad shape forever, just about, And now these things happen, it makes it even worse. So don't rely on the fact that the Clintons are supposed to be helping Haiti with millions and millions of dollars. It's the small thing that counts. So I'm sure organizations that are looking for food, a little bit of rice, a little bit of oatmeal, whatever it takes, something small. And you know what? Every little bit helps because it goes directly to the people who are going to be needing it the most. Sometimes the big organizations, they donate to bigger organizations in the country, and who knows where it ends up. I mean, it's really weird. So with that in mind, help as much as you can. I mean, we need help here in the States too. So just open up your heart, be charitable, be kind, smile when you give. Donating is something that puts something in your heart. So that in mind, I guess it's time to say goodbye, huh? Should I sing? Do you want me to say goodbye?
Sing us off.
Goodbye. See you again next week. Doobie doobie doo. That doobie doobie doo, somebody stole it from me. I don't know who the guy was, but anyway. Peace and love and understanding. Have a good time. See you next week.
Are you tired of your favorite talk show sounding like this? What if you can hear your